Hey, what's up, everybody? I wanted to pop in and do just a surprise live in the group. I just got back from vacation, so I figured I'd come in and share some mindset tips with you guys. I know a lot of you have been DMing me on the side and asking me like, "Hey, Danny, I'd love for you to, do some more mindset training in the group." So, here I am. Quick little pop live for you guys. I see some people tuning in. So if you guys can hear me and see me okay, just let me know in the comments. Like if you're tuning in live, give me a hashtag live. If you're catching the replay later, then obviously drop a hashtag replay. But, just let me know that you can hear me and see me okay and stuff. Hit the like button, hit the heart button, smash this out so this way more people will actually join the live with us. But yeah, so I wanted to talk about 10 ways, little secrets that you can use. These 10 secrets will help you master anything in your life. To be the master of yourself, it's really to fully understand like who you are and to help you take responsibility for the things that you do in your own life. The problem, though, unfortunately, I see a lot of people invest way too much time and energy into mastering the wrong things. And as a result, they're left feeling lost and unfulfilled. From my own experience, I found that these 10 areas of life you really need to learn to master if you want to achieve true happiness and true success. And if you're ready to live an incredible life, these 10 secrets that I'm going to share with you are really going to allow you to master anything. Every aspect of your life works together, right? We know that life is not structured. Rather, it's a dynamic process that's constantly changing. And I believe that happiness itself is a journey that's rooted in the mastery of many different facets within our lives. So I've identified 6 areas of life that I truly believe are really important for us to master. And when we can bring awareness to these areas, you can then determine where you are falling short so that way you can work to improve them over time. The first one is our physical body. Our body is a temple, and our experience that we go through with everything in life, right, goes through our body. So if we don't master our body, we're going to have a compromised experience of life. Everything that you want in life is going to require an abundance of energy. It's like the old saying, where the brain goes, the energy flows. So what you focus on is what you manifest. So you have to remember to nurture your body because it's a garden that constantly needs nourishment and care. The second one is mental and emotional well-being. The quality of your life is determined by the quality of your emotions. And you can have everything on the outside, but if you don't feel fulfilled and happy, you're going to be missing out on life. Emotions are habitual, and we all have an emotional home. So you need to condition these emotions that you want to actually experience. I like to differentiate mental well-being from emotional well-being. Oftentimes people struggle to experience emotions because they're too busy living in their heads. And it's like that saying, live in your head and you're dead. When you overthink things, it inhibits your ability to appreciate all that life has to truly offer you. Your head is great for making rational decisions, but your heart is where love and gratitude and joy and happiness are found. The third pillar would be relationships. The purpose of relationships is to help you amplify on our experiences of life. You don't want to go through life alone. You can achieve all the success in the world, but if you don't have someone that you could share your life with, you're always going to feel like something is missing. So who you decide to spend your life with is one of the most important decisions that you will make in your life. And you need to learn how to attract the right people into your life. Otherwise, known as empowering ecosystem. Once you attract these people, you've got to learn how to communicate with them effectively. The fourth pillar would be career and business. Your work needs to give you a sense of purpose in your life, right? I don't look at what I do as a job. Rather, it's my mission, it's my purpose. When I use that kind of language, it amplifies my experience of it. And you're going to spend 1/3 of your life working. So you may as well make sure that you're doing something that you truly love. The fifth pillar would be financial abundance. You have to master your finances, right? We're always told that. A lot of people don't have a healthy relationship with money. They're intimidated by money, so much so that they don't know what to do with it. You want your money to work for you, right? Money is a tool, and it can give you more time. It can help you build lasting wealth, or it could be a vehicle to help you make a difference in the world. When you know how to use money, you'll have a better experience of life. The sixth pillar would be spiritual well-being. This is the most important area of my life. My connection to God transcends everything else. I believe that I've been put on earth for a reason, and my spiritual connection with God gives me a deeper sense of meaning. It helps me to think beyond myself and to live with honesty, integrity, and ethics. Nobody has evidence when it comes to spirituality, but we all have faith. And if you wait for physical evidence, you'll be limiting your experience of life. Each of these 6 areas of life are truly important. So the question is, how do you master these areas? And this is where I'm going to share the 10 secrets to mastering anything in your life. Number 1, make it a study. Whatever it is that you want to master in life, you have to make it a study. Unfortunately, our school system doesn't help us master the important areas of life. Instead, they place value on learning school subjects like science and math and English, right? Unless you want to be an engineer, a scientist, or mathematician, it's not going to truly benefit you to master these subjects. I mean, don't get me wrong, there's great utility in learning how to read and write. However, we're taught a lot of things in school that have zero application to us in the real world. I wish the school system prepared us to master core life skills, but that's just not the case. You can't depend on the education system to teach you these things, right? I mean, schools teach knowledge, but life requires wisdom. Find people who have already mastered whatever it is that you want and learn from them. If you want to have an amazing relationship, find people who have that amazing relationship and be around them more. Make them your role models, right? If they have a book or a course, consume that knowledge. Similarly, if you want to be successful, then make success a study. If you want to build a great business, find a mentor, study entrepreneurship, learn the principles of business from successful people. It's all about compressing time. And one of the best ways to master anything is to put yourself in proximity with someone or something who has the results that you desire. Because over time, you're going to take on their beliefs, their values, and mindset. I make it a mission to try to attract and connect with successful people. And when I do, I make it a priority to ensure that they feel appreciated. In effect, I do things to show them that I care. And in turn, that same care is reciprocated by them, and the relationship is then built. The second one would be to go deep. And going deep is really important because if you want to master anything, you have to eliminate all distractions and you have to go deep. Most people kind of just stay at the surface. They do something for a while, but don't stick with it long enough to master it. It's similar to swimming in the ocean. A lot of people want to swim on the surface. And when you're on the surface, you can enjoy the sun and there's less pressure. However, you're not going to feel the full experience of being in the ocean, right? Other people want to scuba dive. And by going deep in the ocean, they experience an entirely different world under that sea level. Yes, there's more pressure and there's more risk by going deeper, but trust me when I say that the rewards far outweigh the risks of doing so. So keep in mind that anytime you learn something new, at first you're going to feel incompetent, naturally. This makes you feel insecure, right? It takes time to get competent at something before you start achieving the results that you desire. There are 4 levels of learning. The first level is unconscious incompetence. This is where you suck at something, but you're not even aware that you suck at it. The second level is conscious incompetence, where you're aware of your incompetence. By knowing where your weaknesses lie, you know what you need to work on. The third level is conscious competence. This is where you understand and know how to master something. The fourth level is unconscious competence. This is the definition of mastery, where you're doing something without even thinking about it. So for number 3, we're talking about repetition, right? If you want to master something, you can't do something once or twice. Rather, you have to repeat something again and again. And in the words of Bruce Lee, I fear not the man who's practiced 10,000 kicks once, but I fear the man who's practiced one kick 10,000 times. The more that you learn something again and again, the more that you strengthen the knowledge within yourself. And every time that you use that repetition to focus on something, your neurons are firing together and they're wiring together. And this is how you form new habits. It takes 21 days to create and instill a new habit into your life. The fourth pillar would be embracing discomfort. You know, discomfort is a core part of the learning process. You want to intentionally make it harder on yourself so that you can grow faster. You've got to push beyond what you're comfortable with, right? You know, for example, when I was trying to master my social skills when I was younger, I'd go out to nightclubs by myself, right? Because when you're with friends, it's a lot easier to approach people. But by putting myself in a loud environment alone, I had to learn how to project my voice, how to communicate with people using my body language, right? And by stepping out of my comfort zone, it allowed me to build up my confidence so much faster. The fifth secret is to fully immerse yourself in learning. You know, immersion is one of the fastest ways to master anything. When you just do something once in a while, it takes you forever to master it. Conversely, if you fully immerse yourself in learning for a specific period, that's where your growth starts to skyrocket, right? It could be an event, it could be a retreat. Those are great ways to practice immersion, right? It's like learning a new language. If you want to learn how to speak Italian or Spanish, you could take a class once a week, or you can go take a trip to Italy or Mexico, right? And immerse yourself in the culture, and you're going to learn a lot faster taking this route. The sixth secret is to measure your progress. You know, when you measure something, you're consistently putting your attention on it. If you're focusing on something consistently and you encounter a setback, you can easily do something that day to change it. People fall short all the time on their goals. Why? Because they're measuring them less frequently. You know, you can't manage something if you don't measure it. Whatever you're trying to pursue, the more that you measure your progress, the more that you'll notice it. The seventh secret is to reward yourself. Whatever gets rewarded gets repeated. You have to celebrate your progress, celebrate all wins, even the small ones. You know, most people don't see their progress because they're not measuring it. So you have to look at what you're getting from the actions that you're taking. Whenever someone says that they failed at something, I know that they're only focusing on one part of the story. They aren't looking at what they've learned. They aren't looking at what they've gained, right? So if you start focusing on the skills and the wisdom and the work ethic that you've acquired in the pursuit of something, that's where you learn how to fail forward. There's a big difference between the two. The eighth secret is to break past plateaus. Whatever it is that you want to master, there will be a point where you hit a plateau. Plateaus are a part of the journey. Therefore, you must anticipate plateaus. When they show up, you can't be caught off guard. You can't let it derail you. You've got to learn to take a step back, learn how to analyze, and see what it is that you're doing. Look at the things from a different perspective. The level of thinking that got you to where you are is not the same level of thinking that will get you to where you want to go. You can't be so attached to a specific way of thinking and being. Remember, we grow, we adapt, right? So you have to stay open to everything. The ninth secret is to be patient. Guys, mastery takes time. It doesn't happen overnight. Patience is a virtue, especially in a world where we're conditioned to get everything in an instant. People have such a short attention span because they have this overstimulated brain that's filled with all this dopamine. So they can't stick with something long enough to master it, right? Just like the old saying where it takes 10,000 hours to master something, that's roughly 10 years. And I've been in high ticket sales and an entrepreneur now for over a decade. Mastery is a commitment to never ending improvement. I've put in my 10,000 hours, but I'm not going to stop. I know that I can always get better at what I do, and there are levels that I can grow to. The 10th secret is to pay it forward and to teach others. That's why you're here with me. That's why I built this community. If you want to master something, guys, teach it. Share what you're learning with others. It's going to force you to learn at such a deeper level and to live what you teach. Early on, I decided that these 10 areas were so important to me that I wanted to make them a part of my life and a part of my business. And as a result, I've been forced to learn more about how to improve all of these different areas in my life. And I pay forward everything that I learn and master. I'm constantly raising my standards. So that way I can be a role model for other people. I can inspire other people. That's why I started the Dream Clients Accelerator. So these are the 10 secrets to mastering anything in your life. And if you can really master these 10 key areas, you guys can do anything. Mastery is a journey, it's not a destination. And there's always something that we can learn, and there's things that we can unlearn along the way. But the beauty is to actually enjoy the process. Keep showing up, keep growing into the person that you desire to become. So I want to ask you guys, like, what is one area of your life that you're committed to going deeper with? Follow these 10 secrets, and I know that you're going to get there. So, if you're tuning in live, give me a hashtag live. Let me know like what really resonated with you on this training. If you'd like to see more of this, guys, I'm thinking about doing like mindset mastery every Monday, where I go live maybe once a week on Mondays to just kind of go through different topics that can help you strengthen your mindset. Because for me, mindset and success, they go hand in hand. And the more we learn, the more we grow, the more that we challenge ourselves to step out of our comfort zone, that's where we will see that success in life, success in business and relationships. The possibilities are endless. So yeah, guys, that's, I'm back from vacation. I felt like jumping on and doing a quick live, but I want to give you guys what you want to see in the group. So if you want me to do this more frequently and just go live and do like weekly mindset calls, just drop a comment in the comment field below. And I'll see you on the next live, guys. Have a great day.